Alright, everybody. G'day. I'm your host, Mitch. You can call me Taz, and welcome to a very special stream. Today we are flying the magnificent 737-200 by FJS7, and we're going to be doing quite the interesting route with it. Funny enough, I think this is the debut of Battleship Grey onto the channel, which was, such a famous livery. Also a famous livery for being unpopular with pilots, mostly because you can't see this damn thing when you're flying in cloudy conditions or water. But today, alas, we are flying from Newark, as you can tell, and we are going all the way down to KDCA. Actually, the idea for this stream was provided by Felix himself over at the YouTube channel Flushy. And thankfully today, weather conditions are perfect. Runway 19 is in use. Let's move that camera up a bit. So that is what we are going to do today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as I take you through the FJS7 737. Now, bit of disclaimer before we start. I'm still to a degree an amateur. I know how to fly the thing relatively okay. I've just used a lot of my knowledge from the 747-200 in flying it, and then, just basic flight rules. The autopilot, or the Sperry autopilot, is a bit interesting. I find that the autopilot on this plane is very similar to that of the KEWR-154, and hopefully when we start flying I can showcase that to you. Anywho, I think it is time we get in and start getting her ready. So, power, emergency lights can come on. We do have ground power, so same as any 737 cockpit, because the overhead panel really hasn't been updated in that time. That power's on, so window heat comes on, and we'll get fuel pumps on for when we start to do the APU. Come over here, let's get our UNS-1 FMS sorted. UNS would look very familiar to a lot of people in that it's the one that we have in the Q4XP, which is by FJS7. Yeah, it's just the exact same thing and operates very similarly. The FMS operates exactly the same, but it's the autopilot that limits some of its abilities. What we're going to do is go to Newark and let's get all our sorted. So 3020 is what we're looking for today on the Barrow. 3020, 3020, and we'll get that set up on our secondary. 3020. I find that animation is so bloody smooth. But yeah, this is one of my main gripes with the 7.3 is the cockpit textures. Mind you, this is $90. This is, so we need to compare it to the Flight Factor 777, which once we land, I might do a few legs in the 7.3. But once we land, I'll load in the 777 and just show you a bit of a quality difference. However, Jack, the leader of FJS7, he hosted a vote recently, what will we want more, and unanimously people voted a bit of a cockpit refresh, cockpit update. So they know all about that. So yeah, I feel that all works out, because she definitely needs a bit of polish, definitely a little bit of love. GPS position is showing fine and database is perfect. Come to flight plan, because this is now where we have our fun. It would also be great if I remembered to get onto VATSIM. To NAB732. go. Lovely. And now to input the flight plan. I don't know how to do it, but I can't download the flight plan from SimBrief. I don't know. It's just, it ain't working for me is all I'll say. Yeah, but then it has random routes in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to slowly get her put in. So if I come over to SimBrief, and I'm just going to take a photo of that, and we're going to slowly put this in. So we are departing to right, so we'll come over to menu, departures, it will be on to right, yep, and then that is it, yep, and then we're going to go direct on departure to Elve, yep, which will then go direct to Neck. Yep. Which then goes direct to Dixie. And this is where we now need to go to list, our language, and we're going to Tango 315, which is number 3, and we will finish. So Dixie. Oh no, I have done that wrong. We're going to T303 first to Leah. Leah, number 8. Yep. And then we're going to go list again, and we're switching over to T315. Oh, hello, cat. Number 4. And we're getting off at T315 at Chops, which is number 3. Lovely. And then list. Do it all over again. Onto 320. Onto Valley, which is number 11. And then direct to Capco. Which will then get us to KDCA. Okay, Charlie Alpha. Ronald Reagan. Lovely. So now with that all sorted, we now need to get all of our baggage sorted. Wolney, how are we doing, good sir? How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How's your little airport going? Those who don't know, Wolney makes sceneries. You would know that if you followed our Discord channel linked below, because we actually have a specific section for livery designers and another specific section for scenery creators. Wolney being one of the best. We actually used one of his sceneries when we did the TU154 stream back in December. Highly recommend you go check it out. So, with the old weight cards and all that that were there in the 737 V3, they don't work now. So they don't work in XP12. So you actually have to, and I haven't done this for a long time, you actually have to manually put a thing. Oh. One this morning. You're a grand g'day. This is United 4172. Just do that radio check.
United 4172, I'm reading you 5x5. What are you reading me?
5x5, perfectly clear.
Thank you for this, United 4172.
When did he get on? Because I know it's like 3 or 4 in the morning for those guys over there. I need to actually look into this. Bats and radar. Don't tell me he's just come on to provide ground for myself. I think he is. Right, so information alpha is what we're... So, let me get this sorted. So... and it will be departure. Departure runway. And score code. Cool. Covering grounds and delivery. Cool. So he is doing delivery as well. What we're going to do first, though, is get our weights and balances set. So I want to get this weight sorted. So we're going to have a total payload of 10.9 tons. X-plane does not like commas. And total fuel for today's flight is going to be around 6 tons. So I'm going to keep that in there. Perfect. We'll apply that. They're a little heavier. And do I have... Auto explosion on? Oh, I did not. That'll explain a few things. So flight plans all sorted. We've also got him all sorted. Well, he's going to come up next. And we're going to get our charts sorted here. So, given my flight plan, it's just going to be radar vectors, I believe. Or just straight out direct. Yeah, because all of the other departures go elsewhere. And we have to go over the Elvay waypoint, which is straight ahead. Cool. So let's get this all sorted. So, you're a ground, g'day. This is United 4172. Requesting clearance to Reagan International in Washington.
United 4172, New York ground. I don't have your flight plan here.
We've just refiled United 4172. Just need to also inform we have information alpha.
United 4172, I have your flight plan. So you are cleared to Kilo Delta Charlie Alpha Airport via the Newburgh 5 departure. Radar vector LV, then is filed. Maintain 2500. Expect flight level 160, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is offline. Squawk 2371.
United 4172, can we get that departure and runway, please?
It will be runway 2 to right.
FM, so United 4172, it's depart runway 22 right, cleared 2,500 feet, expecting 160, and squawking 2371.
United 4172, just confirm Newburgh 5 departure.
Oh yes, the Newark 5 departure, yep, no worries. What was the transition for that one as well, United 4172?
It will be LV transition.
Of a okay, so United 4172 is cleared departure, UR5 departure for runway 22 right, cleared 2,500 feet, expect 160, squawk 2371, United 4172.
United 4172, read back is correct.
Cool. That's all out the way. Let's get departure. New York 5 departures for 22 left, right, and 29, which will literally just have us going straight. Clear to 2,500.
And United 4172, New York ground.
AFM United 4172, yep, ground.
United 4172, cancel last clearance. I will be giving you a reroute and stand by for clearance.
Wait for reroute, you know, 4172. Right. So you're heading up 220 initial. Two to 220, awesome, and then we'll come down to Neck, and then Dixie, and yeah, basically south. So 737-200 does not come with the INS. So the SEVA INS was in V3, but you had to own the plugin for it. I think the SEVA's going to come for it. I think they've announced it's going to come for the 73. I'll actually look that up when we're in flight. I think they're going to develop it in-house. Many people have actually discussed, hey, where is the SEVA? I would actually prefer the INS system. It's a little more fun. Since learning it when we did that Concorde stream. I don't think there's a real bloody reason to have this. So take a runway 22 right, climb left, turn on a heading of 190 to 2.3 miles. Let's see, no, then climb right, turn to heading 220, main 2500. So 190. Follow amended routing PC, you know, for the departure code.
United 4172, I have sent you the BDC.
Thank you so much. We'll get through reading that. United 4172. Okie doke. Hey, there we are. Biggie. Okay, so. And we're gonna go menu, departures. We are getting, let's see, KEWR Biggie Q75 MXC Clipper 7 KDCA. Okay, let me go into SimBrief, and I'm gonna go put this route in. Biggie, so that gets us to the city, so we're more inland. That's no worries, following the river, which actually be fantastic. Biggie, star fix clip 7's not found. What do you mean? Oh, it's awesome. Generate that. Yep. So we don't actually need to... Performance perfectly fine. We will pre-file this then. RATSIM. Flight plan has been locked by ATC. Okay, so this is now when it becomes an issue. I need to reload the plane entirely now. Because you can't delete the flight plan, otherwise the sim will crash. Hey, at least we are getting a full experience, shall we say. Newer ground, get a United 4172. We're just going to have to log off for 2 seconds because the aircraft requires a full reboot in order to reroute.
Roger that.
Hey, look, it's a great showcase of the plane. So those all stay. But I now need to change everything. Cool. And X-Plane crashed. Okay. So that's one of the issues with the plane, but we will be okay, I think. Nope, I'm not staying in safe mode. So we are going to Biggie. Q75MXE Clipper 7. Lights, cool. Hey, we're all learning though. XP11 had this option, I wasn't sure, but yeah, so the XP12 version does not have it yet. But like, if you look at the Discord for it, it's pretty much what everyone is mentioning or wants to talk about. I didn't bought it yet. Seems there is a few bugs. I will say though, very, very fun plane to hand fly. I've definitely been enjoying that. But when we get up and flying, you're going to see one of the bigger bugs of the aircraft, unfortunately, and that is the autopilot. I'll make sure to show. Well, I don't need to make sure. You will see it. Because it struggles to turn. It doesn't preempt the turn quick enough. I'm just looking forward to reprogramming the FMS. Of course it's gonna happen, but well. Because we had that routing, but it would take us over the city, and now we've been moved more inland instead of flying out on the coast. So yeah. One thing I don't want to skimp on is a runway 19 landing in Washington. If I have to disconnect, I will disconnect. Because the runway 19 is awesome. Alright, there we go. So let's get everything sorted. Battery, emergency lights. Can't turn those on yet because I actually need to get everything done. I keep looking over here thinking there's going to be an EFB hidden, but alas there is not. Ground power. Awesome. And this can come on. Let's get X-Pilot back up. And yes, I have actually forced the sim to render 94% of the distance because I just want to see the New York skyline as we depart out of Newark. Cool. Awesome, so that's all done.
14,000. Departure is unfortunately for me offline. Was clock 407 November 92 Tango Romeo. Hopefully I got that all right. It was almost correct. It's confirmed squawk 4047 and 1,400. Yeah, we'll squawk 4047 and we'll come up to 1,400. Did I say 14,000? I don't know, man.
I can't wait to get out of Newark.
Yeah,
didn't hear that. It was breaking up.
I think this is what they Yorkers think of them. Airway imbalance, just make sure that is all good. 10954
Roger that. Just to
is
let
what
you
was
know, I'm
planned.
not sure if that's just a me thing. It doesn't seem like a me thing, but I can barely hear you because it's like, I don't remember the word for it, man. It's too tired for this.
November 2 Tango Romeo, I'm sorry I got disconnected from the voice server. Can you just repeat the last transmission?
I think you want me to repeat that again. I cannot hear you all that well.
He's hey, United 4172. Yeah, his microphone is very robotic. It keeps coming in and out. He's basically just asking if you can just message him like via PDC.
Oh,
Thank you, United 4172, and 2 Tango Romeo, I'll text you.
Okay, we're gonna go departures now. Menu, departs. It was the Biggie departure on 22 right, so 22 right. Where the fuck is this Biggie departure? Hang on, I need to look this up. Is it on the EWR 5 departure? Port Biggie. There you go. So it's the port 4 departure with the stop at Biggie. Awesome. And then we're gonna go Biggie, and we're gonna go on the Quebec 75 list. Flying 175 all the way down to MXC. MXC number 9. Lovely, and then that gets us to KDCA. Awesome. So that's all sorted. Once we get close to KDCA, we will be switching over. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to import to the port for departure Biggie. Then the Clipper 3 arrival. I will actually just get this put in right now. Arrival is for runway 19 on the Clipper 3. There we go. With the transition at MXC. And we're going to do the LDA. Of course we're going to do the LDA. No worries. Go back to flight plan. And then that is all sorted. So all those waypoints are in. Initial 2,500 is set. And we have the weight that we need. So we're going to get all our fuel pumps on. Position lights and anti-collision lights can come on. APU is starting. We'll also see how she interacts with
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Sometimes she does well, and then sometimes she does not. And for that APU get started, it says the bus is available. So we'll convert over, get all these off, APU bleed can come on, get the right pack on, hydraulics coming on, awesome window heats coming on, fuel damper on. So that's all good up there. Still warning is tested. And Alpha 10 guess facing east. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go airports, KEWR, make sure 3020 is still used, and we're going to get our departure, which was going to be the port 4 nav departures. And then I'm going to go to maps, IFR low, and zoom in. and transponder is on. Those are all suppressed. Let's get our V cards. Don't know why they call it that. And I want flaps 5 for departure, so that'll be all fine there. Flaps 5, 5 units of stabilizer trim, which is pretty much what we're on already. I can't switch over to a reduced EPR. I don't know why, but that is just something that is the way it is. GPU can be dismissed, and ground, g'day, this is United 4172, we're at Terminal Alpha and we're ready for pushback.
United 4172, pushback at your own discretion, call me back for taxi.
Push right own discretion, I will call you for taxi, United 4172. And start with
Ground the cockpit, toes driving up.
And this is where it does get interesting. So position this, awesome. So that's all sorted. And this is how they're going to push it back. Wait, I'm being insane. No. I forgot something, guys. Should I use a reversed departure? Or should I actually use better pushback? What are we thinking? Walney, look, I'm completely with you there. The 747 is so much more aircraft. Better pushback. I've just realized I can do that. Stop. Yeah, so basically that's the big thing. This is the same price as the 777, which is the gold standard for add-ons. Hello. Well, seeing as this all sorted, what we're going to do, we are going to get the music off for 2 seconds. And we're going to go and get our engine started. So let's do that PSI. Packs can both come off. And start engine 2, please. And as you can see, like, just they're not the highest quality. I was looking at the new update. 20%. Always a little underwhelming, the noise, and we'll get engine 1 started. %, introduce fuel. I definitely feel it's an aircraft that's missing a lot of features though, and that's something that I will strongly put up. But it looks like they're working on it. But for that full price, we're going to be comparing it to the 777. No, there is no sound pack for 7372. Anyway, good engine starts both sides. Get those engines on. Yep, cool. All sorted. Hydraulic pumps are sorted. We'll get APU off eventually.
United 4172, information Bravo is current.
FM information Bravo, United 4172, we're currently pushing back. Hey, versus. Hey, let me put them back. There we go, and time. What should I say with that? It would be helpful if I. No, the parking brake is off. Here we go. Now, the amount of skin cancers and burns this process with people. It's awesome to see. And slowly make our way over onto the taxi line. Oh. Shit, that's not bad for a first try. Okie doke. Let's get here and what I am gonna do is just make sure the because information Bravo is current up 3020, so that's interesting. Departure. And the port for RNAV departures, please. There we go. Don't exceed 220 knots. We won't. Outbound 219. And then once passing Bagger, 261, 282, 112.9. We'll get that sorted. One 2.9 out there, and then we'll turn towards Biggie. Awesome. Now that all sorted, let's get that flight director on. Don't actually like the flight director in this. And let's get ourselves sorted. So Newark traffic, United 4172, we're ready for taxi.
And United 4172, runway 22 right at Whiskey, via Alpha 10, November, Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey.
Apologies, cut out for 2 seconds at the start there. Could you repeat your taxi instructions, 4172?
It's runway 22 right at Whiskey, taxi via Alpha 10, November, Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey.
Taxi to 22 right, Whiskey, so Alpha 10, November, Bravo, Romeo, hold short Whiskey for runway 22 right, 4172. Where's Bravo? Let's get this closer. For Alpha 10, which is what we're on, we're going to turn on Bravo, which is all the way down here. No, he wants to turn us on November. Alpha, November, Bravo. I don't know why you do this, mate. And then taxi all the way to Whiskey. Cool. Sorted. Taxi light on. And pitot heat's coming on. Perhaps 5. It's what I do like with the not COSP. The what's the name of the thing? What am I thinking of, guys? What am I thinking of? Yes, F1s are out here. I'm thinking of the 747. You have the callouts for flaps. You have the callouts for a lot of things, and I would like that to be incorporated eventually into this. Hey, Knight. Is there a sound pack available? I feel like the sounds might have been better. Huh. Let's see if I can chuck them up just that little bit. November and then Bravo. And we're on Bravo. If there's a sound pack, just send it to me over on Discord. I definitely need to hear that. Hell yeah. So 220 knots, we are cleared to 2,500 initial, and then we'll climb to 16,000. Which, what was it giving me initially? Hey Felix! How's everything going? I just want to see the quality of the stream because I've switched over to the AV1 encoder. Six people currently viewing. G'day all. Oh yeah, the AV1 encoder is so much better quality wise. We'll have our 122.8 tuned in. Wait, no. I need... shit. What's a standardized CTAF frequency for the US? I always forget about that damn CTAF.
United 4172, no further ETC, frequency changes approved. Thank you for flying, have a nice flight.
Thank you for your service today, United 4172. And straight over to 122, mate. How to... I always forget it. It always does my head in. Mike. And we're just going to keep going up until we see whiskey. We don't need the full runway, but oh well. Definitely one of the more fun planes for on takeoff. Like you just lose complete vision of it because the windows are I would say the 737 is one of the more cramped cockpits. Doesn't matter if it's an 800 or max whatever. It's so cramped. This front windshield is so small. And here we are on whiskey. Hey doke, landing lights coming on. That's strobes coming on. Transponder TARA. So landing lights, strobes, TARA. Everything looks good. Packs can come on. And engine bleeds coming on. Okie doke. Make sure the flaps are set, flaps 5 are set. So everyone, please consider liking the stream, helps get out much further than you could possibly think. And if you want to find a community where you can talk about pretty much anything, planes, trains or automobiles, by all means check in the description below. We have a Discord channel. Other than that, let's get sorted. Kind of 50%. So that's stable. Take off.
Knots.
80 knots construct.
B1. Rotate.
And pulling back. Halfway. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Pull that engine power back, just watch that RPM. Speed check flaps 2. Let's come over to GPS now. Doesn't go to 2500. And 261. And altitude can be moved up now. 160. Lovely. .261 is what is on the FMS. Speed check, flaps 1. And flaps up. Goodbye, New York. Cabin pressure outflow valve. Gas comes on. Isolation valve is closed. On 262. Happy with this climb profile so far. Straighten her out a bit. There we go, happy with that. Do not like this flight director at all. If they could give us an X path, then that'd be fantastic. Two 262 or 282? 282. Cool, and then we'll just main 282 to SBJ. Let's transition now. 29902. 29902, lovely. And now it's time for the autopilot. Go our lock. Nav lock, lovely. And it's all CWS, so it basically knows what to climb out and all that completely on my own inputs. On. Close the cabin pressurization outflow valve. Whereabouts would that be then? I do like the eyebrows. How are we doing here? 281. $10,000. All these lights come off. Switch above cabin alts. Cabin alt. That one? Run to flight. I've obviously just walked past this switch. Ah, now I see it. There you go. And climbing up to 160. Hey, look at that. We're not Helios now. 8 Oak, so we're coming on the left-hand turn 240. Now this is where I'm going to show you how this plane struggles with the turns on its autopilot. So about 15 miles to go. So that's what I've got to do. We're going to be around here, so -3 is what we want. Everything looks all okay there. No worries. And here we go. Are we starting that turn now? We sure are. Just watch how far off we're going to go. That's 3.5 miles. Yeah, she goes off track, is what I'm going to say. What I can do though, manually take control. Let's also lower that nose down quite a bit. Just keep watching that until it gets to where I want it to get to. Alt hold, alt hold. And 160. Lovely. See, a little bit late. 20 feet above now. 40 feet, and she's missed her turn completely. Maintain. Just holding her off until we get everything alright. Bring the power back a little bit. Send a little bit. I don't have this much difficulty with it. One little movements, there we go. Alt hold, please. That's this Sperry autopilot system. I would be happy if they modelled a different one. That's all I'm going to say. What we could do though is I'm going to go to options. Bring that down just a little bit. Don't blow right through the damn thing. Have log, please. There we are. Okie dokie do. So now we've got some stable flight and we are at altitude. That's all we want. Now we can breathe. But yeah, so those are a few of the, we've already pinpointed a few issues so far. And that one, the autopilot and its snakes. That's the biggest issue. And then yeah, I would say the FMS, like, of course, out of all things, we get sent on a different route, and which causes the sim to crash because I can't reprogram the FMS. Now, if I was in the Q400, that's not an issue anymore. But look at that, we are maintaining everything and our composure. And so, with all this done, now it's flying out. KDCA, please. So, expecting 0606 knots, 10 statute miles of visibility, so perfect visibility. It's clear, 21 degrees Celsius, 3018. Okay. Okay, cool. So we need to get the LDO approach put on. So let's go Clipper 3 and we're going to go LDA for runway 19. Because of course we are. So the Clipper 3 is 10-2A. Open the wrong thing. Rival is the Clipper 3. Cool. While that loads up. So speed wise we're doing okay. Max 6.3. We are only at 160 though, so we aren't getting off. Yep, I knew I was going to be. Forget that. The reason why is something that the Fearless 742 does that I really like is if I press the gear up button twice, gear goes up, and then when I press it, when it's up and I press it up again, it puts it into that off position. I always forget I need to click it. And here we are, just cruising our way on over. We were also set to go to 160, so that's no issues. And do we have anyone or anything nearby? KDCA, I think. No, not yet. Oh, we're gonna hit 250 hours on VATSIM with this flight. Awesome. Come through here, then Clipper, we need to be at 120. And KDCA. So yeah, that's definitely something I would like to see, be interested if it's a possibility, and that's a more updated autopilot, because It's not that it's limited. And it is limited. I mean, it only has aileron and elevator control. But I would like to see that I can have something that gives me a vertical speed mode that can capture an altitude. I think if I could have an autopilot with those two things, that'd be fantastic. Oh, and that can, you know, follow a course. I also like our secondary display, our ADI here, like the one we find in the 747-200, where it just automatically, if I put it onto GPS, it's following GPS. And that's automatically updating instead of being manually put in every time. 247? And eventually we'll come down to 120. So yeah, we'll set that to 120. Speed is fine. Of course, the plane's gone off the line that we set, which isn't what we want. But oh well. In the end of your Monday, it's the end of your Monday, and that's why you have two guys up front. Yes. Work tried calling me in tonight as well, and I'm like, complete and utter zombie to it. Yeah, I worked 6 days last week, and then they wanted me to work every single day this week, and we've got some really busy nights coming up, and I'm like, no, I need at least 1 or 2 days just to get my sanity back. See? She's snaking. What illustrates this? So we had that initial issue over here. So snaking, snaking, and then we're following perfectly. Now we've done this only a small turn, and look how significantly we're snaking. There. So definitely a major issue for them to work on. Yeah, and then KDCA is only here, so not too far to go now. Wouldn't be a comfortable ride for everyone in the back, let's just say that. That scenery looks really good. Oh, look at all the different shapes, that's funky. There you go. Auto ATC. Kloss Clipper 120, yeah. Clipper is right there. Yeah, that's the thing. With this autopilot though, that isn't the fact. It's the Sperry autopilot. I mean, heading select doesn't work half the time. I haven't been able to get it to work half the time. Now float was off. Great. Yeah, it's just As we are coming to Clipper soon, let's get this all sorted. So Clipper 120, Baltimore we need to be at 250 at 10,000, which won't be an issue at all. Eyes, and then we're going to come out to Cavity, I believe. No, it looks like we're going out to Nays, which is up north here. And then, yeah, come down the Potomac. Awesome. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, there used to be a button here where you can control the bank. The, what's his name has it? The, 747-200 has it. The 737-800 has it. I know exactly. There's like a switch normally here where you can, how much bank you can have. Start at descent now. Pull power back just that little bit. And for Reagan, so it's 311.35. I actually will get this sorted. So 110 is already in. Decimal 0 is unactive, and then standby, this needs to be 35. No, that's DME2, I forgot. One. That's why I run this thing. There we go. Small 3, 5. Lovely. The TU-134 definitely is a mess. That I will very much be on a hill of. Looks like we're still going to be a little higher, Clipper, that 120. Come down to 10,000 now. Bring that power fully back because this plane is very slippery. I've still got 4 miles to go to Clipper, which I disagree with. Going up, we can just slowly bring this into the descent. At this rate, I'm manually flying with a little bit of assistance. See, and then it's just going a bit too much with the roll. Just slowly be gentle with it. So bring our speed back. There we go. Coming down to 10,000. There's 250. Bring that power in slowly, otherwise the engine will try to kill itself. Go. Now KDCA, when we're starting this approach 3,000, no worries. Minimums are going to be set to 780. Just going to put it at 800. 7 miles till Baltimore. Speed. She's a slippery plane. Get ready for this turn to 234. Alt hold. And it has to come on, light me up like a Christmas tree. And KDCA was 3018. Go, and we'll get the backup set as well. Keep it turning. See, it likes to stop the turn when it shouldn't. Alright, 10-200. Come down to about 5,000. On hold coming off. And get that nose down. Maintain speed. We are getting slow. But we are going to start descending soon. Awesome. Fantastic. This is another thing. I think this automatically jumps. And that's something that I've been very skeptical of. I think this is the best way to put it. Why is DME 1? DME 1 is now working. Fantastic. That's what I want to see. There we go. Nose is down. These speeds, doing okay. Remember, we're going to come in at 3,000, about 11 miles out. Speed. Spoilers, pretty much just going to be a frequent of the descent in this plane. They did a small update which I have installed where it was a bit too slippery, they said, but yeah, it's definitely a slippery plane, let's just put it that way. Let's get a V card up, get our landing bugs set. They are set VREFs 132, so 132 plus 5s, 137. Cool. Shoreline. Washington coming up ahead, and if the Washington Monument is there, so this is the Drzeski designs. Washington, it's pretty funny scenery. I'll make sure once we land we'll do a little bit of a tour of it. But if you see that, then there's the airport right there. Now it's gonna go. Let's slow down that descent, right? Oh, you need to bank more. It's Spoilers can come in. Now I'm going to be screamed at because I've gone straight through it. What I'm going to do is bring out flaps 1. Just help us with the drag of all things. And speed choke flaps 2. Let's come down to 4,000. Hello, Washington. There's our airport right there. There's Potomac River, which is what we'll be flying down. This go around is going to be up to 3,000, so that's no worries. Keep that in mind. Lovely. Speed check flaps 5. And by this point I want to take manual control of the aircraft. Let's come down to 3,000. Direct 1.8 eventually, and that's going to be on a heading of 147, so let's get that sorted. Speed check. Let's come flaps 10. Oh, Sim's frozen. Oh. Okay, no, it's come back, thankfully. And let's start our left-hand turn, so Washington traffic, get a United 4172 is a base turn for the LDA 19 approach to Reagan. Kick her around. Careful of bank angle. Basically what we want to do is line up with the river, which is just over there. Mr. Mitter at it again. What we're going to do, start recording, and we'll hide the chat. 3018, cool. Landing lights are all out, lit up like a Christmas tree. That's what I want to see. Come on over. Just watch that speed. Now basically all we do is just follow Potomac all the way down. Speed check, flaps 15. By slope captured. Start
Traffic United 989, taking over runway 30 Mach I to departure.
Reagan traffic, United 4172, established localizer for LDA 19. Speed check, flaps 25. Let's get back on course. Sense looking all good. Six miles, gear down. Runway is in sight. Brake, because it's the visual. Auto brake set to medium.
Flight slow.
Check. And a bit more power. Reagan traffic. United 4172, short final of runway 19. Two reds, two whites, that's what you want to see. We're stable, and we're going to be landing. Hello, Washington. That looks fantastic. Drzeski Designs. Okay, no. Time to focus. Flaps 30 set. Gear down 3 green. Landing lights out. We are clear to land. Water brake, medium, and spoilers armed. Little high. Little fast.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverses. Unlocked. Full reverse. Manual brake. Nuts, reverse coming in. Oh, is that everyone? Welcome down to Washington. Nice butter there as well. Okie doke. And all these lights come in. Strobe's coming off. Let's get that APU started. And this is the way I want to go. So, maps. Be great if we could load over to where I am. So, give it a moment. Do like this page. 39 minutes in air. Lovely. Reagan traffic, you know, 4172, crossing runway 4 at Juliet. We are clear of runway 19. Strobes on, light me up like a Christmas tree. APU gen coming on. K1 comes to ground. We're going to taxi down to where that other United aircraft is waiting. Reagan traffic, you know, 4172, taxi by Juliet to Charlie 29. Correction, Charlie 27. Why are we going Charlie 27? It's simple. It's my lucky number. Do I have a Bravo 27? No. But that's where the United aircraft go. Nah, we'll go Charlie 27. It's still on the same concourse. Just on the other side. Don't tell me there's a plane that spawned in there. There is, Drzeski's design, there is actually static planes on the scenery, which is a bummer. Yeah, I think there's someone in 27, damn. Taxi light can come off. Spoilers should be in, auto brake off. Now I'll just keep flaps out just for the replay. Literally in 2.7, wow. This will do. Very fun plane to fly though. Well, once you get over the autopilot issues. Keep it going. And there we go. Parking brake set. With that, everyone, welcome down to Newark. Hey, Will's here. How are we? Oh, perfect. Okie doke. Yeah, I definitely need to remove them. I need to find how though. I need to get the manual open. I think time for replay. We'll shut it down and then we'll fly. Maybe 320. One back. I feel like I need to go do a bit more flying. But I mean, hang on. What we're gonna do? I need the runway view. That sun's a bit glary. Let's come over here. Yeah, this is good. Actually, no. I've thought of somewhere even better. In the car park. Beautiful bank coming across. where are we on center line? Oh. Ah! Perfect. Well, the nose wheel landed on it. Bring that back a bit. Look at that sort of... Look at that. She's such a good plane to hand fly. We'll give them that on the flight model. Beautiful. That bit of heavy braking there as well. Get a slow down in time. Short runway 19. Oh, 7387 engines make me nervous. They look so... Yeah, I understand that completely. That's definitely not just a you thing. That's... Yeah. They do it... I think because we're so used to turbofans, it's like, oh my gosh, is there even any wing there? We'll get the outside view, because the outside view means you get to watch a little bit of Washington. There we go. Well, it certainly has been a long time. What have you been up to? I've been okay, just been very, very busy with work and all that. Basically, manager change out, so it's just been working. The only thing that will make me stress, yeah, the fuel bill on these is not the greatest, let's put it that way. Let's get it back here. We're all over on APU already. Engine's coming off. Transponder come off. It's just gonna be on always. All these lights can come off. Yaw damper off. Statics off. All the lights are off. Correct. Yep. And everything that is off is off. That's the APU blade coming on. Awesome. Window overheat and come off. Get jetway docked. And we use 2.3 tons of fuel. What were we expecting? I know that the Sceneries profile is a little off. I was saying 1.8 and we burnt 500 kilos more. Oof. It's quite a significant amount, but oh well. Should have brought those flaps up before I shut down the engine, shouldn't I? Ah well. We will survive. And actually what we will do, let's just say we're at an American airport and things are broken, so GPU come out. And we're going to go doors, we're going to go air stairs please for both sides. The back door is really interesting in this regard. In that the back door is the stairs. Don't you dare start saying you work now. No, you can undock. You can go. Oh, why does my work schedule keep changing? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. That perfect. Fun little plane. Just those little hiccups here and there that definitely need to be worked on. Nothing compared to the sprays of the Trial 111. Travel around SEA for the past. Ooh la la. Whereabouts SEA? I mean, that's where I lived for a long time. And dirt, and nothing compared to space on the Trial 111. I love. Actually, we're getting a 111 for X-Plane. That's the guy who developed the Boeing 720. I think he's developing a BAC 111. Combi version, like a default version of this, the 7.3, would be mint. Like with a combi or a freighter. I think it's a 3.3 config. Let's see. That's business class. And the back's 3.3. Yeah. Let's go to doors. Close that air stair. And just to shut it up, options, GPU. Yeah, fantastic. Such a fun plane to hand fly. Definitely one of my favorites at the moment. But yeah, here's Drusevsky's designs airport. I mean, this looks nothing short of fantastic. Obviously, has that glitch with the X-plane glitch with the glass, but everyone's apparently an AC/DC fan. Bloody love to see that. Really great interior spaces down here. But what I really want to show you guys. Or CRJ. We come over to the White House. I mean, this is just some of the insane detail they've gone through. Oh, that's something. So, I think this is called the Washington Monument. In here, they've done the entire interior for it. Like, okay. But my favorite thing is, well, they need to update this because this is completely incorrect now. That doesn't exist, unfortunately. Let's come in here. Oh, look at that. So, obviously, the Oval Office. I'm just going to let you guys see for yourself. It's Joe Byron. Why they did this, I don't know, but they did. But yeah, so I was like, oh, fantastic. And they had a lot of the buildings for downtown Washington, so it looks packed and stacked, which is what you want it to look like. And then you've got the Capitol building. I don't know what that building is behind. I've seen it before. And then yeah, I mean, like, the attention to detail in some of these buildings is ridiculous. And just think, you can sit in the president's office and watch 737-200s fly into the airport. Alright, what do you guys want to see? You want to see another leg in the 732, or would you like to see the A321 with the upgrades to the panels, because the panels have just been updated for this A321, the quality of them. What would you guys like to see? I'm just gonna get the doors. So end up getting some photos. So let's see. Pole. What else could I do? Hang on. I've just completely put the music. It'd be great if I remember that. And we'll gonna put that poll up, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna be right back, guys. Just need to use the loo. Also, there is a poll in the description right there. So, vote, vote, vote. Okay, so thank you, Will. Looks like 737-200 is definitely won the vote. I've just thought, because I downloaded US air livery, would you like to fly into JFK? Yeah, this is also another thing with the 732. It keeps freezing every now and then. Like in replay or whatever. It's strange, to say the least. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart the sim. JFK, no worries. So, I wanted to find an AirTran livery, but it doesn't look like anyone's actually made an AirTran. Well, someone has an AirTran livery. I saw the photo for it, but they haven't, you know, published it. Someone's just made, for the IXE-G737, the K2 Air livery, specifically the registration that crashed the other day. What the hell is wrong with you? So. If that real ops is gonna start giving us like GSX level of stuff. Cause I would love GSX for this thing. Well, for this sim. FlyJ sim 737-200 paints. I don't think there's actually anything. Well, there hasn't been much made for V4, but just livery wise, it's very I don't know, I find wherever these liveries are posted are difficult to find. It certainly is, Will. I don't know why anyone would bloody do that. Yeah, we've got a few liveries. We'll play with those. I think we'll fly up to JFK though. American Airlines acquired USA, didn't they? We'll go to KJFK and Boeing 732. KDCA, and that's actually going to get us over the water. So we're going to actually see Atlantic City on the right, and then we're coming to KJFK on 22 left. Interesting, interesting. What runway did they want us to party out of for KDCA? Runway 04 now. Favorite airport I've been to IRL. That's a good one. Ooh. One moment. Why does my I've set my bit rate and it keeps going over the bit rate, but like significantly over the bit rate. Okay, cool. She's favorite airport would be Changi. It's just such a nice airport. Okay, so we got US Air, Southwest, but they don't fly to JFK. Dan Air, I want to fly Dan Air eventually. I want to fly out of Jersey. The reason why is I flew it the other day and I almost was not in control of that plane. It was ridiculous. I've recorded that landing, or that failed attempt of a landing, and we'll definitely have to load it up eventually. 29. What's real world weather? Oh, it's 6:30 there now. Okay, so we could use real world though. Or we could do like a midday flight, something like that. Hello, miss. One moment. Hello, Sim's loading up. There we go, funky music's on. Yeah, but Changi by far is my favourite. Definitely, there's no competition to it, really. Use of Astro Compass on the 737-200. What autopilot systems? Okay, modern D. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't get me absolutely killed. This is what I would like. So you've got this Astro Compass. Okay. I want that DME selector. Those FMSs look like real FMSs. I like the UNS, so that's not an issue in my case. Have they got different ADIs? Let's see. There's the Astro Compass. That'd be funky to try and learn how to fly. Oh, it'd be near impossible in my case. Yeah. And see, they've got the different ADI. I prefer that ADI as well, the attitude indicator. And yeah, just a normal FMS, really. Favorite airline I've flown? Ooh. Oh, that's my go-to is always Malaysian Airlines, just because the service is always the best and the peanuts are amazing. And if you fly their 330 Neo, is the most comfortable plane I've ever been on. I cannot wait for the 330 Neos to come down to Brisbane more often. The 330-300s all need to be scrapped, but 330 Neo would be awesome. Funky duck, this one. Yeah, jetway ducks. But yeah, I think a better autopilot for this plane would be so much better. Not just user friendly, just make it a lot better. So, did I have some brief open? I did, and then I've closed it for whatever reason. USA was taken by American Airlines, so. Four, 5, 5, 1. JFK. Type is a Boeing 737-200. Awesome. We'll file that. I don't have my setup right now, otherwise we'll join you. Where are you, Will, then? From the middle of nowhere at this rate. Let's get online, so we're going to be AL4551. And what we're going to do is we're going to pre-file on network, VATSIM, and there we go. Awesome, that's all good. Apparently 210 for this flight. I do find that's a little high. Let me get my stuff written down. So 1307. And we are AL41. Valley. Chops 2315 to Pansy. Pansy V184 to Ziggy. Expect 22 left. 210. 6.1 tons. Tons payload. Seven. Awesome. So let's get all of this inputted now. So we're gonna get battery on, it's exit lights, fuel, and we're gonna get APU started. Hold it down, APU start and move. It's very much bare metal. Never really liked US Hair's livery. I wanted the Metrojet livery because the one who recommended Washington was Felix, who apparently has a model of it. And yeah, no one's made them that livery. I mean, who else could we fly? Because I don't think I've got any of the liveries. Well, it's not that I don't have the liveries, it's that the liveries are so bloody difficult to find. This Alaska livery looks bloody cool, but I think we'll need to do like Alaska's stream soon. Fantastic. And APU gen coming on. Plane comes alive. Window heat coming on. Well, that's all sorted. Bleeds for the engines come off. APU bleed comes on, and the packs can come on. All those come on. And everything is okay here. We're going to come down to weight and balance. So we are going to be 11,2600. 11,260 is our total payload, and we want 6,100 kilos of fuel, which it's saying that I cannot take. There you go. Let's go back to the correct livery. There we go. Awesome. And that should show just over 3 tons in each tank, no worries. And come on. Set the initial to 210. Now we're just gotta wait and we'll program the FMC. Definitely a shiny livery. And let's go. What's this cooler? Yes, I know I did that. It's a shame to say Orbec's just not doing anything for us, Australia, but just not doing anything for my brain has just fried itself, but just not doing anything for X-Plane anymore. That's definitely been my biggest issue. Is just, it's like, why did you just stop? Why did you abandon it? You know. Does anyone know where you can get an AirTran livery? I have to say, finding liveries for this damn thing is so annoying. Awesome, that's all sorted. Still waiting for the UNS to come up. But we know that we are departing runway 04. So if I get my charts up now. Oh my god, that's 04? Oh, that's gonna be a funky departure. Apparently it's not really used. But I think we can make it work. So straight departure, then onto like Valley or something. What do you think? Should we use what runways use for departure then? Hang on. Oh, so we do 04. We're gonna do that really sharp bank around to climb. Or we use runway 15, which just launches us in that direction. Because runway 19 and runway 15 are used for departures. 19's what we landed on, which would be the straight out departure, then a sharp left turn. We'll do runway 19, why not? There's a little crosswind there as well. So we're going to depart and then go straight to Valley, so out there, and then right hand turn. Follow the bridge, and then turn left once we pass the bridge. Sounds just about right to me. So, KDCA. And 060, 21 degrees, 3019. 3019 set. It's not set here. 9, cool. Let's get the flight plan sorted. So, KECA, gonna go departures, menu, departs runway 19, which is number 4. Cool. We're gonna go direct then to Valley. Valley to then go to Chops. From Chops, we're then going to go list T315, which is number 2, and we're going to go to Pansy, correction, so which is waypoint 10, and then we're going to go on Victor 184, 184 to perfect. And we're going to take that all the way to Ziggy. This Ziggy Stardust there. Awesome. And then we'll be at KJFK. Fantastic. Well, now with that all out of the way, APU is what we're using. Collision light can come off and position light can come on. Pretty much get away from the damn plane. Do we have any traffic nearby? No worries. And that's what we also need to. Transponder needs to come to mode Charlie. Reagan traffic. American Airlines 4551 is pushing back from Charlie 29. It's going to face east. Okie doke. Make sure signs are on. Everything's looking good. And we're going to come over here. Packs can come off. And we're going to get 4 on the PSI. Let's get that engine started. Wait for 20% N2. Like so. And introduce fuel. Right, I see that. I really like the Metrojet livery that they did. Hang on. Copy image address. All the dials and gauges tick on my brain. Yeah, except I think they definitely need to be in a higher quality, because like textures are definitely not good. Good start on engine 2, engine 1 now. Oil building. Into 200%. And that is all set. No one's painted that livery though, unfortunately. That's the biggest issue. Okey-doke. And with all that sorted, let's go to V cards. Perhaps 5 departure will set those bugs. Normal EPR cannot be 2.15. Oh no. Okay. There you go. Pops 5, trim 5. Okey-doke. Well, in that case, reverses. Come over to gens. Pedo Heath, come on. Did I forget the parking brake again? Yep. There we go. Parking brake set. Engine's out of reverse. Get flaps 5. And let's go back. KCA runway 19 is going to be 146 CRS. Oh, nice. 186. I was like, why doesn't that make sense? Ah, yes, there's a reason why. 186. Half decent lineup. Okey-doke. Flaps set. Taxi light coming on. APU can come off. APU bleed off. Engines bleeds can come on. Fantastic. Now we're ready to taxi. Maps. How far away? Reagan traffic. American Airlines 4551. Taxiing via Juliet to runway 19. Reagan traffic, American Airlines 4551 is crossing runway 15. Strobes on. And get that music off. Oh, you'll definitely have to look into it now. Hey everyone. Who's ready for departure? It's coming on. Regular traffic, American Airlines 4551, lining up runway 19. Let's go. Stable, and let's slowly bring those engines forward.
$80 knots.
Checked.
P1, rotate.
Fuck, I'd hope we'd rotate. Hey! Was the right gear up? Oh yeah. How we go? Switch to GPS. And we'll do a direct to Valley. Setting 108. I can give you 108. And we'll come flaps 2. Regular traffic. American 4501. Turning left direct to Valley, passing through 3000. There we go. Turn her around. So we probably should have made sure to use the full runway there. Let's bring that engines back a bit. And flaps up, please. Switch to flight. Autopilot is on. Flaps up. Gear off. Spoilers in. Just cruising on up now. Goodbye, Washington. X check, cross check on cabin pressure overflow. Yep. Do. Palm 92, isn't that Air Florida 732 that went into that like is like just under that breach? Is that the one you're referring to? That's a massive bloody Air Force base down there. Away we go. Nose down that just that little bit. Means that speed increase. Speed's looking all good. So what we were setting for like EPR. Climb is estimated about 92 RPM, so 92 N1. There. That's what's recommended. Pass through 10,000. They all come off. There we go. See what signs come up and everyone start walking around. That looks like a fantastic view. funky little thing. That's the thing with the 732. I haven't actually had to study it or learn it. I've just had to understand the oddities of it, because I just use the 747 logic to it. Obviously this is more primitive, but you get the point. Getting out there. Also, nope, APU's off. This is Map Enhancement Pro. So APU is definitely not on, otherwise we would have killed it. So the APU doesn't actually have a top air vent like they used to. Instead, it's actually this. Now, a plane that prominently you'll see these sorts of valves on, or openings on, it's actually the L1011. They're all on the front. Definitely some performance issues, like some buffering here and there. Could be the latest XP update, could be the update with... I'm not really having that issue though with any other plane, so yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. Let me get my charts up. Let's get Dover put in. Which is 110. 110 is set, yep. Then 117.15 will be needed for Atlantic City. And we're changing to a heading of 097. Fantastic. I'm going to turn the flight director off because it's nothing but a pain in the arse. Why is there a massive turn now? Going out to chops 097. Cool. Well, you can learn to catch that plane. That's Andrew's rear fuselage hit the airport side of the bridge. Yikes. Yeah, wasn't it like a green and blue livery like the Air Florida one? Something like that. Let's see. Yeah, it was in that Air Florida. It was an Air Florida plane that crashed, yeah. Let's monitor the snaking. Waterloo and Seal Isle. Put that on nav 2. That's on the go, so let's move that nose down. There we go, I'm happy with that. I wish this thing had a VS autopilot. It would be so good. It'd be also great if I did this. 299992. Cha-cha to commerce as a... Now, can someone tell me why DME2 is in front of me and DME1's all the way over there? It means that I need to put the ILS frequency here, not here. Maintain so we get 210. Palm was the course line. Ah, I see. I actually found that lever. I was going to download it, but I was like, probably shouldn't be flying that to this specific airport. No. And 071. It's be another thing that would be awesome is just having an ADI that automatically, if you're on GPS, automatically switches to what the FMS is saying. That'd be a nice feature. Now, coming into JFK, two cliffs all the way over there. Fly up all the way up there. Come around. Okay. Okay, so let's get this all sorted. So, menu, flight plan. Let's delete. Let's go KJFK, menu, arrival. We're going for 22 left. On the Cameron 5 arrival, and we're going to do the ILS 22 left. With position as also. Now we go to flight plan. Grant Donald, lever tuba. Basically, as soon as we come through Pansy, let's delete that. Delete that. Delete. Pansy goes onto cars like that. Come on. Make a link onto Norton Social. And then all the way around. Lovely. Uh, 067. And we'll move that over there. Completely forgot about that. That's on me though. God, we've hit 210, so you've got to pull power back. Who would have thought? Too many things, eh? Hey look, all set now. Perfect. Yeah, they need to... This is an issue. Airport. Two left, go almost into speed. Shit, I can already set auto brake to minimum for that. ILS 22 left. And the arrival is going to be the Cameron 5. Get that second to low. What we do. There you go. Nav 2 to it. Nav 2, so we're 100 miles out from JFK. Approach plate's already up. B180 by Hogs will be going direct to Pansy, but we will come down to that flight level. Let's go direct to Pansy. And we're 53 miles out from Pansy. Lovely. Cameron, we need to be 250 at 11,000. So we make our way through. We're coming from Norton. All the way around Lefa, Rosal, and then inbound. Nice. So Rosal will need to be at 3,000. Zalpo 1800s, and that's where we'll intercept glide slope. Decision height is 200. I'm going to make it just a little higher. And go around is climb 500, turn left 3,000. Outbound JFK VOR, chance Demi 19.0, JFK and hold. So go down that way 19 miles and you'll be sorted. Pitch command on the glare is the nearest thing it has. Yep. Pretty looking plane. But I agree with the US Air thing. If it was the Metrojet livery, it would look much better. 40 miles to go, we only have to descend 3,000 feet. I'm gonna just pop off, use the loo, so be right back. Yeah, it's sending 180 now. Yeah, but the pitch command's done by CWS system, so it's entirely on my movements. Why have I got to ask for morning? Off scheduled descent. Oh well. There we go. And 18007. Horrendous news given Australia and New Zealand, we lost such a significant actor, if I could speak. Sam Neill, which a lot of you would have seen him in Jurassic Park, the original one. I wasn't the biggest fan when I found out that news. Only happened a few hours ago as well. It's okay, poor bugger. That guy at flight level 400, oh man, he's out of here. He is out of here. Not even need to be worried about. Okay, he is out of here. I need to go to Sceneries. Oh, I need to go to Vatson Radar. Oh, I have Vatson Radar, okay. The absolute spud. That 350 is flying to Manchester, very nice. Make sure these guys, what frequencies they on? 119.1, 9.1, 119.1. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to 119.1. Whee! Altitude, altitude, altitude. Oak 180, perfect plate at time. Bring that speed back now even more. So you have to send to 11,000. Try to 5.3. Go. Bit of spoiler action, I think. The drag. Zero 4 1. That frequency put into 110.9. One 0.9 is set. There was from the airport. Lovely. Forward remind myself of it. Yep, sense going okay. Come off. There you go. Cameron. Speed's almost there already. And coming to 12,000. Fantastic. That miles to go there. That's gonna go. We'll pull it back a little bit. And KJFK's metadata 3023. So instruments are set. Speed's coming down to where it needs to be. Kennedy traffic radio check for American Airlines 4501.
5x5.
Sense. Duke. This aircraft's very laggy with this autopilot. Spoilers are in.
Heavy traffic, American 242, heavy
Okay,
departing
all of those
runway 22 right on the departure. Heavy.
Zero 50. Okay, traffic American 4551 is inbound for runway 22 left. Kennedy will be doing the ILS approach. We're currently south of the airfield by 35 miles. Flight plan. There's no way we need to be at 15,000 feet there if there's that. Requirement to be 11,000 there, expected 11,000, yeah. Okay, and then we're just going to come all the way around, currently what, direct to Norton? Yep. On Sajal, Turgi, Leffer, and then currently come down. Fantastic. Lights are already out, so we are lit up like that Christmas tree we want. Should be a piece of cake. Now with Kennedy, let's see. Great visibility, so RVR's not an factor. Everything looks okay here, and everyone's already climbing above me, so that's perfectly fine. So traffic's not an issue so far, thankfully. Although that would just maintain that straight line all the way in speed. Let's come down that just a little bit more. So we are getting a little too fast, and we are above 10,000, so it's not that much of an issue. Let's check the chat. What's a red flag on the ADI? ADI is glide slope, because I've got the glide slope already tuned in. That's the thing, if they did a cockpit update with a bit of texture up work, it'd look fantastic. Once we land, I will show you guys the difference between it and the 777 in terms of texture quality, because as a reminder, this aircraft is the same price as the 777-200ER. A bit more power can be brought in. Yeah, just this traffic to our left, American 242 and American 475. Yeah, not too bad. And we're just a little cigar, which I do actually really like. That's the default call sign for this. Fuel currently sitting perfectly at 4 tons. Our next feet is going to come down to 9,000 feet, or 8,900. 7,000 at Holpert, 5,000 at Leffer, and then 3,400 at Rosley. But Rosley, we need to be at 3,000. That's on the approach plate. It sure is. I don't know. I'm not going to really follow that then. Turning in. Oh yeah, legend. G'day, g'day. One moment, sir. Got a G, so that's 023. This is the cockpit I've made multiple complaints, well, not really complaints, but comments on it. The texture quality is not the best, as you can see, very blurry. They are talking about a cockpit refresh though. Well, we all had a vote on it, and Jack has acknowledged it. See, it's not, textures aren't the best. Come into the cabin. I mean, it's not somewhere I necessarily stay in. You know, you can open all these windows. I wish there was an option where they were always open instead of having to manually do them. Yeah, the cabin looks okay. So, outer wing view at the start. At the back. Cool. And still trying to get onto it. Start getting this aircraft descending though. We'll just come down to 8,000. The reason I have the turn-offs on, I know they do cause that drag, that 2 to 3 knots. This plane is so slippery in the descent that's actually a net positive to have it out. Legend, hopefully that answered your question. No worries. There's JFK out there. 2-2 left's out here. Oh, actually got an aircraft taking off. Very nice. Nice. Pull flight detent slats out and those lights, and we're at 243. It's only slightly slowing down. Hold there. And bring some power back in. Oh, jeez. Not touching it. There we go. Estimator there. 22 degrees Celsius, 3023 marks. Okay, so pretty much everything is bonita. Hello JFK, or hello New York. Actually, we'd be on the we'll be, oh no, that's North Bus, isn't it? Well, there's LaGuardia. This is New York, and then you go over the bridges, and then yeah, New York's over. That's in the west, I see. If I could, I would just switch over to bloody heading, and then just slowly move on in already. Let's see, how's everything looking here? 5,000, 3,400. Okay, cool. Let's go direct to Rosley actually at this rate. 19. It's gonna be 319. And let's descend down to 3,000. Oh, spoilers out, everything's out. Turn aileron autopilot off. 250 is met. Continue to bring that speed down. Fantastic. A lot better now. Cool. Kennedy traffic. G'day. Currently American Airlines 4551. Currently 7 miles east of Rosley. We're inbound for the ILS 22 left. Hey Duke. And what I want to do, get that approach plate up. 224 is what it's going to be set to. Two, two, four. Fantastic. Switch over to nav. This section might how I fly, just remove the aileron control and only have elevator. There's Kennedy out there. Is that LaGuardia there? Sure is. I've actually flown to LaGuardia. Oh, a few aircraft actually parked over there. Lovely. Start turning in. Follow the highway. And the heading around. Speed check, flaps 1. Things level. Visual with 22 left. One 110.9. Oh, so I actually have to do it on my side in order to get it to work. That makes sense. Okay. Sending speed check, flaps 2. Bring me flaps 5 actually. Then we can go to flaps 10. A little high. Cool. Coming in. Hey Miles, Kennedy traffic, g'day. You know, American 4551 is established glide slope 7 miles for 22 left. 7 miles, gear come down. Still a little high. Speed check, flaps 15. And while we're at it, give me 25. Make sure that V card is set. 137 is our VREF. Spoilers coming in and armed. Watch your speed. And flaps 30 is set. Okie doke. Autopilot disengaged. Landing lights. Landing gear down, 3 greens. Flaps 30 set. Spoilers armed, lit up. And auto brake set minimum. Such a nice plane to hand fly. You can be very, very, very gentle with it. I will do. Get the 1,000 cross-checked. Okay, traffic. American 4551, short final for runway 22 left. Hard to chat. Slight wind. Correcting. Checked.
400.
2 roads, 2 whites. That's what I want to see.
300. Minimums.
Stable. The landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Versus. Buckets out. Full reverse. $100 knots. Manual braking. 70 knots. Reverse coming in. Roll out. Great landing yet again. Let's stamp on those brakes. I'll vacate to the right. APU coming in. Spoilers in. Got APUs turning on. Such a nice plane to hand fly. Really easy to land as well. Unless you're in very heavy wind conditions, then it's an absolute nightmare. "45-minute flight time, 2.5 tons of fuel used." Lovely. Kennedy traffic. American 4551 has vacated 22 left. And it's just casually crossing 3-1. Be also great if we got on center line. And let's get maps up. Where's the Terminal 5 is where I need to go. Cool. Let's put that down there. Awesome. Ah, she's really, really nice to hand fly. That's what I'll always give her. Like, to land her is awesome. Make sure no one's at the end of the runway there. Nope. Okay, traffic American 4551 is crossing 22 right. Strobes back on. Switch over to APU gen. I want to taxi right alpha. Kennedy, American 4551 is clear of 22 right. This turns right from Juliet onto Alpha, taxiing to Terminal 5. So we used 2.5 tons. What were we expected to use? Let's see. Mind you, the sim brief profile is very much off. 2.4 4 tons we were expected to use, so only 100 over. That's actually not bad. Give
Can traffic Jordanian
Last one was
261 Golf Heavy on
100.
line is runway 22 left.
Fantastic. Such a good plane to hand fly. And yet you get her in wind, and she's such a pain to land because she's so light. She just gets kicked up by every single bloody wind that exists. It is in the real thing as well. The locations and weather conditions that might push that, but overall it's really... Yeah, I'm very... Well, see, with the 732, it's the first plane in a long time that I've been really happy with the purchase. But let me make this clear. Is it worth the price of the 777? No. The 777 is not a little better, it's a lot better in terms of every imaginable regard. And while this does have a niche in that it's a classic airliner, it definitely has a lot of problems to it. Autopilot, textures are going to be fixed, so well, everything's likely going to be fixed. Menus not working sometimes, or like crashing when you use the FMS. There's definitely a little to be desired. And let me make this clear, I purchased this with my own money, but I purchased it on sale. It's currently like $20 US off the original sale price. And still, like, I'm being completely honest here. Would I rather this or the Fearless 747, which is another classic airliner that is way more in depth, way more complex, so it offers a more simulation, better modeling, better sounds, and it's cheaper than this by like $10 to $20 by like if you go by default prices. I'm choosing the Fearless every single day. In that regards, the 732 doesn't even enter the vocabulary. Obviously, we're waiting to see if the plane... Obviously, we're going to wait to see the plane be developed. We're pretty much... It's a beta testers right now. But I think if we got a option of autopilots, of ADIs and that sort of stuff, I could see the argument being made that yeah, it is worth it. But in its current state, I would just say hold off for that little bit. She's a fun aircraft, and if you do purchase her, you're very much going to enjoy it. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Royal Jordanian, wow. But I'm personally am gonna say probably hold off that just that little bit until all of these things are kinked out or ironed out. If you want that really awesome experience. Hang on, I need to... Go, brake set. Back brake set. Oh, what's happened there, bud? Still a little high. Still high. Skadoosh. Good landing, Jordanian. Guessing you had a bit of a float issue there?
Yep.
Float, float, float your boat gently down the stream. Okie doke. Well, yet again, another fantastic landing. We do have everything all set up. I think it's time we start getting ourselves sort of just want to mention Jordanian, I did catch that on stream. What an awesome plane. She looks like a happy plane. It's the only 737 I can tolerate because, as many people know, I hate the 800. Flaps will go up in a second once I do the replay. In that case, let's get that started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Go back there just a little bit more. Let's get ourselves over here, I say. You come really low over those trees. I don't think those trees are supposed to be as tall. Lovely. Great landing. You gotta unpause her every time you want to replay just so she loads into proper config. You can see the little bit of smoke at the back. Yeah, so it is animated. It's just there's a little bug that when you stop the replay, the sim pauses and it's in the standard like turned off position. And what that means is then it will do the replay with flaps up. Beautiful, and on center line. I'll take that. That's a good photo of it already. I do love this scenery. I think this is Drewski's design as well. And yeah, it gets the vibe just correct. Well, not the vibe, but like the grass and all that. It just looks really, really good. Textures as well. Just hold her, really gentle. Skadoosh. Ah. And then manual brake, slow it down, pull those in. Great animation there. See, the engines are a higher texture quality than the wing, so I would love to see the interior, the wings, cockpit priority get done first, and then everything else. What we're going to do, pull those flaps up now. Like that. It's a funky photo. Flaps are up. Oh no, flaps one. All those are in. Flaps are up, cool. And engine 1, engine 2 coming off. Torpedo heat does need to be off. That can come off. APU bleeding come on. That will support the packs. Yaw damper off. Mesh position, anti-collision come off. Touch jetway. But hey, only 1 ton extra usage for the fuel compared to Simbury profile. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Open this up. And we'll get the menu up. Doors. Can't open the door. Why? Those are all off. Sorted. Oh well. Nothing we really can do about it. Nor do I really care for it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's stream. Modded Grass, no, this comes with the scenery. Regardless, guys, thank you so much for being here. Bit of fun, something easy to fly, something different, and that's I think why I love it, flying it. Probably got over 15 hours already in the last 3-4 days that I've owned it, and mind you, I've been working pretty much full time. So I've been making time for the module. Regardless, hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll see you next time. I'm your host Mitch. You can call me Taz. I'll see you later. Ciao, ciao.